Many men are shooting themselves in the foot without even realizing it. Today, I want to have a heart-to-heart with you about an uncomfortable truth. There is a silent thief operating in the shadows, and it might be the real reason behind that drop in vitality that's been keeping you up at night. Yes, because certain mistakes made during your solo moments, often repeated on autopilot, end up throwing a wrench in the works of your rigidity, creating a physical block you just can't explain. Little by little, what should be spontaneous pleasure turns into a chore, a pressure. What used to be smooth sailing now requires jumping through hoops, intense concentration, and tricks. And let me tell you straight, this is not normal. If your sexual response is starting to misfire when it counts, there is always a root cause, and often it stems directly from the habits you cultivate when you're alone. I am Dr. Melissa Russo, a urologist, and for over 15 years, I have been helping men get back in the driver's seat of their sexual health. In this video, I want to lay my cards on the table and show you the 3 most common slip-ups in masturbation and the direct impact they have on your performance. But the best news is that you will understand exactly what you need to change right now to turn the ship around, reclaiming your confidence and a natural response to pleasure. Before we dive in, check to make sure you are subscribed to the channel. We don't sell snake oil here. All content is tailor-made for men over 50 who want to stay in shape and have no intention of throwing in the towel. If this message strikes a chord with you, give me a like. It's a small gesture that helps these tips reach other men who need them. And I want to ask you something important. If you see yourself in what I'm about to say, don't bottle it up. Write in the comments which feeling has been weighing on you the most lately. Your honesty could be the spark that helps someone else feel less alone. A staggering number of men are starting to struggle with rising to the occasion, and they don't realize that it all started in a solitary moment, rushed through in the blink of an eye. I'm talking about the wham bam thank you ma'am habit, masturbating quickly just to blow off steam, maybe in secret, terrified that someone might knock on the door. When this script is repeated, the brain registers that frantic pace as the new normal. During real sex, the brain looks for that same speed, that same rapid release without control. But in bed, we all know haste makes waste. You need calm, connection, and time. The result of this rush? Your excitement takes a nosedive and your body leaves you high and dry right when you need it most. Many guys say they don't have time, but the body has to learn the virtue of patience. Creating a quiet space to masturbate with mindfulness is like going to the gym. You are training your pleasure muscle. In my method, we teach how to use mental breaks to pump the slow down and regain command. From a simple worry about time, it turns in a heartbeat into performance anxiety, and that is the elephant in the room. The brain goes into red alert instead of enjoying the moment. You start getting in your own head. Will I make it? Am I taking too long? Did she notice? These thoughts are a total buzzkill for arousal. What should be enjoyment becomes a final exam, and exams bring insecurity. To avoid this, many men resort to dangerous crutches, alcohol, distracting the mind, constantly switching positions, or popping pills without rhyme or reason. Over time, these band-aid solutions are worse than the problem itself. They weaken the sexual response and kill desire. It's a vicious cycle. Anxiety creates tension, tension leads to failure, and failure feeds new anxiety. And to think it all started with a habit that seemed harmless. If you notice that your sexual response isn't what it used to be and you want to get to the bottom of it, I have prepared a complete resource for you. In my digital book, Rediscovering Intimacy, Healthy Sexuality After 60, I share straight-shooting advice to recover desire and lighten the load in intimate moments. You can find the link in the first pinned comment. Just one click to turn the page with safe information, designed for men like you. Let's move on to another sore spot, frequent porn consumption. It might seem harmless, but over time it changes the rules of the game in your brain. When the visual stimulation is always over the top and artificial, the bar is set too high. The problem is that reality isn't a perfectly edited movie. In porn, it's all smoke and mirrors, with airbrushed bodies and Oscar-worthy reactions. The brain gets hooked on these extreme stimuli and becomes numb to real life. The result? In front of a flesh and blood woman, with her sense and imperfections, the spark just doesn't catch. All that glitters is not gold, and this disconnect brings frustration. You have to take a step back, pump the brakes on these stimuli, and relearn how to connect with genuine human contact. Then there is the mistake of routine. Variety is the spice of life. When a man masturbates the same way every time, with the same grip and the same movements, the brain goes on autopilot. However, during sex with a partner, the variables are endless. If your body only recognizes that one single stimulus you've spoiled it with, the moment you are thrown a curveball, your erection waves goodbye. It's not a lack of desire, it's a lack of training for the unexpected. Erotic creativity needs to be exercised. Changing position, location, rhythm, or even switching hands every now and then are simple ways to tell the brain to stay on its toes. It is that flexibility that gives you security when the rubber meets the road. After so much time conditioned by the wrong stimuli, the body might be misfiring, but it's not over until the fat lady sings. The brain has an extraordinary ability to rewire itself. The first step is to swap the mechanical for the imaginative. Using your mind to create erotic scenarios, focusing on details and sensations, is a whole new ballgame compared to watching a video. It's like learning to walk again, shaky at first, then natural and satisfying. Many see masturbation only as a way to let off steam, but if done with a level head, it becomes valuable training. It is the moment when you can test drive your body, understand the signals, and learn to stop before you cross the point of no return. The better you know yourself alone, the more you'll call the shots when you're with a partner. Finally, a golden piece of advice: don't leave the engine off for too long. Going weeks without ejaculating does no favors for your desire or your prostate. The male body is a machine that needs to keep the gears oiled. Studies confirm that regular ejaculation, at least a couple of times a week, helps keep the prostate healthy and the system active. It's a use it or lose it situation. Keeping sexual activity alive isn't just a pleasure, it's a magic bullet for your mood and quality of life. If you've made it this far, you've realized that certain habits aren't as harmless as they seem. These silent mistakes eventually come home to roost, but the good news is that turning the tide is possible. Now it's your turn. Tell me your experience in the comments. Did you ever think that the way you spend your solo moments could have such a huge say in your performance? If this video was a light bulb moment for you, let me know. Check out the other videos on the channel. There's a lot of food for thought on men's health, always clear and professional. Subscribe so you don't miss what's coming next. Catch you later.